We're live.
Sounds good.
There it is. Bro, if you can't have fun to that music, there's something wrong with your day. I'm gonna tell you what.
That is true. And the only reason why the fedora is down here is because I came straight in to get on this when I was out at work. So
give a close-up of your beautiful face.
Oh, that's good. I actually like it. That's
probably scaring the heck out of everybody with the close-up on mine, so I better back it back.
Oh, I actually thought it looked better. So
hey, how is everybody doing? Welcome. This is our first episode. I mean, you and I have been live together before,
right.
So it is what it is. But we're calling this sucker Wednesday's Cup of Joe.
Cup of Joe. I love it. Cup of Joe.
I love coffee, full disclosure. But let me tell you, even Virginia would be proud of me. I'm drinking water, which I've been drinking more and more water because she said I need a gallon a day, which I'm not drinking, but I'm getting closer. But also, yesterday, bro, I maxed out. Like, I did cardio in the form of pruning my palm trees. Oh, my gosh. And then my wife likes to watch me do push-ups, so I had to do a couple sets. You know what I mean? I got to do some push-ups in front of the wife. Happy wife, happy life.
Boy.
So, yeah, we won't talk about that. It's not that kind of show. But anyways.
Mike, listen, it doesn't matter. No, we got to reserve that for Joe After Dark.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we should do that every once in a while. We should have
Joe After Dark. That'd be good.
Sure. Hey, we got some people commenting already, so I'll put some of that up in a second. In full disclosure, I need to start this thing, but then I got to hit the mute button real quick. There we go. Otherwise, you can hear it. It's awful. So, hello everyone and welcome. So, if you're wondering what the heck is this show about, it really is just Joe and I unfiltered, kind of. There's a little bit of filtering. We'll save the push-up stories maybe for after dark.
Yeah, Joe After Dark. So, tell me what happened after the push-ups. Yeah,
nothing. Nothing.
Okay.
I got some smirks, but no.
I'm sure
there would have been nothing to filter out the talk, anyways. But hello everybody. So I got your website flashing down below. If people aren't familiar with you, first of all, I created that site. Well, the version that's up now. Thank you for hiring me. You were my first customer at Bowman Digital Media, and it was awesome because you heard me get put on furlough, which is really funny.
I was on the phone, right there, and
no, we were zooming.
And we were zooming.
Said, hang on a second, and I didn't realize I was gonna get obviously put on furlough. So then after that, I got laid off. So no longer working at ARC or anywhere else. I'm gonna work for myself. I actually put up a post today about fractional work, temporary work, part-time jobs, and what we call fixed-term contracts and the advantages of that. A lot of job seekers, a lot of people know me for Project Help You Grow, which is, that one.
Right.
Free job search around the world. Nobody pays any money. Recruiters, employers, and job seekers, everybody gets to use that site for free. Well, I worked with Kirsty Bonner forever, hand in glove. In fact, full disclosure, when I started with her, she had a very, very small network, under 10,000 people on LinkedIn, and she was working for a recruiting company in Sweden. She needed a place to house her job listings. So she created them for Project Help You Grow, and we would share the listings out there. That's how her and I got started. But anyway,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's gone. If you haven't heard, I'm sure I know you've heard because you and I've talked about it. You checked up on me, which I appreciate because she and I were very close, right? She's one of my inner circle folks. So anyways, I don't want to get into that today, but I decided, I think it was Saturday or maybe Sunday, that, from now on, every day, I'm going to do a post basically in her honor because job seekers need help. And so I'm going to continue that voice as best I can. Obviously, there's going to be other people doing their own things to Kirsty and to honor her legacy. And I say bravo to all of them because, she was awesome. And it's going to be really hard to replace her. I don't think any one person can replace her, frankly, because she was unique in a lot of ways. So I'm going to do what I can to help. And anyways, this show is about having a break. It's literally a coffee break. That's what we're calling it, a virtual coffee break. We're going to do every other Wednesday at this time. So whatever time it is for you, wherever you are, just mark it on your calendar. Join us on YouTube, Facebook, or on LinkedIn. We're simulcasting everywhere. And
that's what I'm talking about.
When you go to YouTube, subscribe to our channels, please. So
please do.
Yeah, Joe, if you have your channel, if you want to post that in the comments, I'll put that up. And
I will do that right now, sir.
I'll put mine up too. Look, guys, we ask for your support wherever you are. We appreciate your help in supporting us, and by all means, if you have a YouTube channel that you want others to subscribe to, go ahead and drop that in the links. We'll be happy to share it. I'm going to put mine up right here. It's, Ira. If you just type in Ira Bowman channel on YouTube, it'll come up. But there's the actual link in the comments.
I just put mine in there.
Did you? I don't see it yet, but
it's a private chat. I don't see the.
Oh, you did. No, you didn't do it in the right place. I meant on YouTube or on LinkedIn.
Well, I can't do it on there because.
Let me see if I can grab it.
I don't want to sit there and make the computer crash.
I can grab it.
You want me to open up something else?
I understand that Joe is a little bit technically challenged.
No, now just remember, I'm going to be 50 this year.
Just remember, for all you people who don't, if you didn't read the show description, and you didn't, I know you didn't, but everybody else did. I put one of the things we're going to talk about today is why Superman is way better than Batman. Holla!
I delegate things, and thank you, Holler. Batman delegates, and you put it up for me. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. You're awesome.
Because you don't have the mental capacity to do it yourself. Like Batman, you need Alfred to do all your heavy lifting.
You're right. I need Alfred to do all my heavy lifting.
I'm like your Alfred, kind of.
Yes, you are. Especially when it comes to websites and everything else. Oh, yes, you are.
I love you.
I love you too, man. You're awesome. But you have helped me out probably more so. Yeah, well, especially with Joe the Finance Guy, the website you've done a tremendous job with. Adding the videos that we did this.
I tag your business in almost every one of my posts.
And I appreciate that.
I'm trying to help you build that page.
And I appreciate you more than you could imagine.
Let's talk about that for a second, because this is Cup of Joe. So, one of the things about these business pages, a lot of people on LinkedIn, especially for whatever reason, seem to underestimate the value of those business pages, but they're super important to being discovered and being credible in Google's eyes. So one of the reasons why I work so hard on these business pages for my customers is because as you're following your business page following now, as it grows, your SEO for your business increases because Google gives you credit for the number of followers you have as a backlink, basically, in their algorithm score.
So, and are you talking about LinkedIn or?
Yes.
So the business page and this wasn't scripted at all. I'm actually asking.
I'm teaching you. I'm teaching you and everybody, hopefully.
Right. So my business page, Joe the Finance Guy, on LinkedIn helps my website
immensely. In multiple ways, because on your website or on your LinkedIn business page, you have obviously a link to follow to your website. Okay. And Google looks at LinkedIn as an authority with a domain ranking of 97. LinkedIn is almost perfect, right? For that. So you have an active backlink or follow link, if you will, from your business page to your website. But because you have, how many followers you have on your business page right now? Do you know?
I think it's 762.
Is that what it is? I thought it was more than that. Let me double check. That actually doesn't sound high enough. I think you have more than that. I'm gonna double check real quick for you. So
I thought I looked at it. Maybe it's 782, but
could be. I could be wrong. I could be thinking of like Job Ready Today or something like that. That's got a similar, with the J's. Let's see. You are at right now. Yep, 774. Okay. So here's what it is. So Google goes, 774 business professionals follow Joe the Finance Guy. Like Project Help You Grow is 20,000. Bowman Digital Media is at 1,500. Bowman Coaching's at 4,300, I think. right? Like Exit Your Way is 1,600. So whatever it is, the more it is, LinkedIn goes, or I'm sorry, Google goes, hey, there's that many people following. I'm going to take this more seriously and I'm going to give you more credit. So as you get into the thousands, it becomes super important for Google searches and what everybody wants to be, obviously, with this SEO work, which SEO, for those who don't know, is search engine optimization. That's what SEO stands for. And what that really means is when somebody searches for you in Google or Bing or wherever else, you're at the top of the score or closer to the top of the score as opposed to the people are at the bottom.
Right.
So having these business page followers is super important. So why I tag business pages and then use the business pages to respond is to build the following for a variety of reasons. But that's
Right.
that's number one reason. That's what people pay Bowman Digital Media to do. We manage people's social media business now, not personal. I'm not a virtual assistant for an individual, but like for Pana Knows, for Job Ready Today, for Exit Your Way, for Bowman Digital Media, obviously, for MBS, for California Grown Hemp, for NBS. I think I already said them. For West Bay Financial Group, for Ligaroo. I'm managing those business pages in part or in whole. There can be other people doing it too, but I'm in there. And when I make a post and I tag them, then I'll go into those company pages and I'll respond. And now you grow your followers because on my personal post, obviously with 184,000 followers, I have a big splash when I make a personal post, and then your company can be seen by a lot more people that way. So that's kind of the dance. So hopefully that helps explain.
Now let me ask another question. Does that go like what about YouTube subscribers?
So YouTube subscribers are important too for the same reason because
hold on a minute. Hold on 1 minute, Ira. There's no excuse, Mike. You shouldn't have been late. Sorry, I just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah,
just because I love him. He's a great guy. I just wanted to say.
He was probably hitting the bong, which could be another after dark topic. I love that guy.
That's
actually, Mike and I just talked about he just added me to the SPM page too because I tag him too.
Right. Yep.
Mike and I are dance partners. If anybody doesn't know that, you're stupid, right? I mean, you're not paying attention, I should say, anyways. So I was talking to him today. I'm like, you should just add me there for the same thing because sometimes, I'll text him or I'll call him like, hey, dude, my post is exploding, meaning, there's a lot of people on it and it's free advertising.
Right.
Social media, it's free advertising. So why not take advantage of that? Especially I'm trying to promote what he's got going on. Because what we're doing, this win-win networking that you and I do and the friendship that we built is all based on the strategies that Mike and I talked about 2 years ago. Because before that, I was like, I'm an introvert, which most people don't understand that, but I really am. Hey, Hawk. Hawk's here. Yeah. Hope you're doing well, Hawk. I haven't heard from you in a while. I hope you're doing well. I know you were struggling there for a hot minute. I hope that's all been resolved. Yeah, so Exit Your Way. We want you to subscribe, obviously, to the Exit Your Way channel. I'm very proud to be a part of that team. In fact, I mean, as you can see, I'm a part of the Exit Your Way team. I even post the logo on my virtual background.
Right.
So anyways, happy to have y'all. I was smoking when you called, not now. Yeah, I could hear you coughing. I know what that means.
He cracked me up so much.
Cool. Yeah, increasing your following is a very helpful thing to do on social media. Your personal stuff helps you too. Like if you Google Ira Bowman right now, you and I've had this conversation, and you've actually seen me through Social Media Concierge teach people this lesson. Right. Like I share my name, Ira Bowman, with a very famous former athlete who's now a coach in the college in basketball. He was in the NBA, and now he's a college coach for a high profile college. So he gets national press. When I first started my SEO journey, Mike doesn't like me right now. He loves me, but he doesn't like me right now. That's kind of like my wife most days. Anyways, I digress. But when I first started this whole build my network, I had 1,500 people in my LinkedIn. I was like on page 10 of Google. When you search for me, you wouldn't find me till page 10. And that was only because LinkedIn is so strong, not because I was strong, right? But as I've grown and now I'm at 184,000 plus followers today, I'm number 6 as of yesterday. Page 1, search result 6. And the only thing that's happened is, I've grown my social media network. I'm not getting any national press. Nobody's writing, a story about me in USA Today or the Wall Street Journal or anything like that. Although I contend they should, because I have a very interesting story to write about. But, the fact is I'm not. And every time they play a game, this guy's getting national press, right? So it is what it is. I've been as high as number 4 recently, but as he gets more national coverage, like the NCAA tournament or a regional tournament or whatever, he gets press. So during basketball season, basically, he gains some ground on me. And when it's not basketball season, I gain ground on him. But eventually I'm going to pass him. And now he doesn't even know we're in this race. I'm sure he never Googles himself. He doesn't probably give a rip about any of this, but I do. So because I'm doing this on purpose, I will eventually pass him up 100%. So, and I'm making even more gains on him, like my second and third and fourth stuff. But that, to me, that's what it's all about, because you want to be found on Google because it's the number 1 search engine result there is. And you mentioned YouTube, and we've been talking about YouTube here. The reason why YouTube is so important, that's the number 2 search engine by volume in the world. So Google owns Google and they own YouTube, right? So the number 1 and the number 2 search engines in the world are both owned by YouTube, basically.
I just Googled that sounds so weird. I just Googled myself.
No, it's a real thing.
I know, but that should be something in Joe After Dark. Whatever. Anyways, I just Googled myself, and thank God there's not a lot of Joe Stepkes out there.
I love this. This is great. Seasonal SEO, kind of. So SEO is an everyday thing, but there are certainly periods where, somebody's going to have more active backlinks,
right?
And Google is going to promote them up. Welcome from South Africa. Nice to have you. We have a ton of people.
Hello?
I love to hear this answer. This was the answer to my question. Are you doing better now? I am very happy to hear that. He is actually.
I can see that he opens up when he's on camera. That's when he opens up.
He does, especially when Ira's there to rattle his cage, because he knows what he's doing. I'm just waking him up, right? I love that guy, just like I love you. Well, maybe a little bit true, but
I really like talking to and I've told this to a lot of people when I talk to Mike. If you know my brothers, and I have 3 younger brothers, and if you put all of us together, the 3 younger brothers, they're like Mike. I really, when I start talking to him, it's just like me talking to my other brothers.
Yeah.
So,
well, my brother and Mike have some things in common too. My brother and I, my real brother Tim and I, are like polar opposites of each other. We love each other and respect each other, but we don't think alike hardly on anything.
Right.
So, it just is what it is. But I love talking to him, and I don't know if have you met my brother? He's on LinkedIn.
I don't know. Was he in any of those pictures? I don't think I've met him, but I think no. Not on LinkedIn. I haven't.
Yeah, his name's Tim Bowman.
Did you see him when you went to Utah?
Yeah.
Okay, so he was in the
house. He bought a house. My brother's gay. He bought a house with his partner. They're not married, but they're life partners. Anyways, they bought a house up there. So when we got there for our vacation, they had just gotten their stuff. The movers had just brought it. They were late. It was supposed to be done. So we didn't really help them unpack because I don't know why we didn't. Honestly, we don't have a good excuse, but we had things to do. So we were there. We saw it. We hung out for a couple hours. My kids did some work. I think I moved like 3 boxes. I'm really a horrible brother.
Well, especially if you're on vacation. If my brothers were moving in anywhere, I can honestly tell you I would be delegating.
I don't know if you remember, but that day we got up really early and we drove all day.
And the car broke down? Was that the day that? No.
The car broke down the next day, but that was the day I just driven from LA to Salt Lake City, basically.
Yep.
It was a long drive, so I was tired, physically tired.
Yeah, it was like a Friday, because wasn't that the day I had to do the Follow Me Friday thing or whatever?
It was a Friday. There's no doubt. And I'm mad at him anyways, because I moved to the Bay Area from Texas, and he was there. And 2 months later, that little son of a gun moved to LA. Then, fast forward a year and a half later, I moved to LA. And 2 months later, that little sucker moved to Utah. I'm not following his ass anymore. I'm going to tell you that right now. Dead to me. You're dead to me, Tim Bowman.
Oh, I bet she's kidding, Tim. He is probably kidding.
Kind of kidding.
It's funny. My family, I actually moved to Indiana to be, I'm close enough to the family, but I'm far enough away. So if anything happens, I could get up to Chicago, Wisconsin, Chicago, Kenosha area, in a matter of hours. And now my mother lives down here in Indiana with us. And I think my brothers, one of them is starting to look down here too. So, which isn't bad. I miss my family a little bit.
Yeah. It's funny. We really liked Texas, except for the job. The job I had there was a nightmare. And I don't even really want to talk about it because I don't want to disparage them publicly. But everybody who knows that story knows, and frankly, they have a culture issue. When I talk about cultural issues, toxic work environments and stuff like that on Project Help You Grow, I'm basically talking about them. My Texas experience was awful at work, but everything else we liked. But when I left that company, we decided to come back to California because that's where my wife's family is centered in California, right? Her immediate family, so her parents, her siblings, and then my brother was there. So it's kind of like, okay, we're gonna go back home, even though it's super expensive to live there. And so, anyways, it's kind of funny because we originally were going to go to Indiana. I told you that story too. But
I wonder, and you know what? If you did, would we have met? I don't. It could have.
I really don't know because I started all this networking stuff in California. When I went back, it wasn't in Texas; it was in California. So it could be that, I wouldn't have.
Right.
Because if I had never called Mike that day, right? I mean, Mike had put a post on LinkedIn and said, if you're smart, call me. And I called him. And that conversation changed my whole mentality, which got me into this win-win networking mentality and growth mentality. And if I'd never had that conversation, I might not have ever changed. I was going to go work for the company's name is the Jackson Group in Indianapolis. And they are a commercial printer. They do, large format printing. So I was going to sell the wide format stuff, grand format stuff. But they also do offset printing. That's their main thing. But they're they're a R.R. Donnelley company. And so that's one of the biggest print shops or print companies in the United States. So it was going to be a great job. I loved the people I was going to go to work for. But ultimately what made us change our mind was the opportunity to go back to California and be close to family.
Right.
So family is super, super important. But I often do wonder if I had gone to Indiana, if I would still be there in that job and if I would have ever done what I'm doing now. So, I mean, everything happens for a reason.
Right. I agree. And look at the impact that you've made.
This pot smoking hippie guy, former MMA, 6'3" tree guy. I talk a lot of smack for being 5'8". I'm just going to say that.
It's all right. We'll allow it.
He forgives me.
Of course he does. But look at all the good that you've done, especially with Project Help You Grow and helping people. And then when we did the social media concierge, just a lot of people that you've helped and you add value to.
Oh, and I own my own business now, and all
right,
that I've helped there.
I agree. Hey, listen, JoeTheFinanceGuy.com wouldn't be where it's at if it wasn't for you. It still looked like just it didn't look good.
You were from New York City.
Yeah, it looked like, well, that was the upgrade that I did with a company.
Hey, Joe, why do you have New York City as your background?
I don't know why I did, because they wanted it on there. I have no idea.
Hey, it was a cool picture, bro. It was a cool picture.
It might have been, but you personalized the website more for me.
Yeah.
Which I love that. And we keep continuing on, keep adding things to it. So, and you're teaching me along the way.
Your new video page, I think, is phenomenal.
I like it. Oh, I do. I actually sent it out today in my email. I did an email blast. So I'm going to go work for a minute. Since
You know what you need to do? And
What?
I'm gonna give this advice to you right now here, as opposed to privately, because this can help everybody.
Yeah, go ahead, give it to me. I'm transparent. It doesn't
So this is what you should do. And if you're a small to medium business owner, you should do the same thing. Take a moment, go to Zoom for free, record just a quick intro video, save it, and then if you want to post edit, you can pay me to do it. But you don't need that. I'm talking to small, medium business owners here. But what you should do is just a greeting video that you can put in your emails, right? The link on YouTube, and send that out everywhere so that
I did, Ira. I Loom. Remember when I learned about Loom?
Yeah, you can do it on Loom too. But this is the thing. Like right now, with the pandemic, it's really hard to do face-to-face meetings. And even where you can, you don't necessarily want to, because people aren't necessarily open to having you over anyways, just because of the risk, right? So that video can help you not only introduce your business, but also it can help you with rapport building. It's just rapport building, guys.
True.
Like I talk about this all the time in my posts. Quit making pitches and start making friends. But I just got done doing one for Damon. I know Damon's on the show, or at least he was in the comments earlier. I got done editing one for Damon, and he's so natural, in his facial expressions and the delivery of the message. He, in full disclosure, he didn't edit the message in the exact order you see it, so I had to move stuff around. But what he said was gold, and it's okay, so when somebody sees that, they get not only to learn the information that Damon's giving, but it's also he's letting them see him.
Right.
And you are the same way. You're vibrant, and I think if people see you and don't like you, there's maybe something wrong with them. That's just my personal opinion. Even though you're warped on one thing and one thing only.
I know, the Superman versus Batman,
which I don't understand, because you're supposed to be the comic expert. I'm supposed to be the neophyte here, but I got to tell you that I just don't understand your logic at all.
I can't wait till I have my Halloween costume. That's going to be awesome. That Batman armored bat costume is going to be awesome.
No, he's got the great toys. Don't get me wrong. When it comes to gadgets, there's nobody more super than Superman than Batman. When it comes to gadgets, I give you that. Although the Ice Palace, the Crystal Palace, that's pretty cool too. The Batcave
of Solitude. You couldn't even say it right. You call it the Crystal Palace? No, it's the Fortress of Solitude.
I told you, I don't know nothing about this stuff.
Oh, so all right. So going back to this.
Yeah, let's go.
About who's better, but you don't know anything about this stuff.
Tell me this. Riddle me this. I'm going to be the Riddler for you.
Okay.
How in the hell does a man with no superpowers at all? He has no superpowers.
Right.
All he has is gadgets and a lot of money. In a fight, how is that guy with all his toys, and I don't care what toys he's got, you tell me which toy is going to overcome a guy who can fly over your head from 2 miles away and just laser beam you with his eyeballs, or blow hot air or cold air. He's cold air, right? He blows cold air. You know what I mean? And the guy is super strength. He's super fast. People forget that he has super speed too, right? So he has all the, there's no way for Batman to hurt him. Even if he punches him and does his Batman.
So what's Superman's weaknesses?
He only has one, kryptonite.
No, there's also another one.
Which one? I don't know. Teach me.
He can't see through lead.
Okay.
So
what's Batman going to do? What toy does he have? He's going to build himself a lead box. So Superman doesn't know where he is in the box, and he's going to put kryptonite in it.
It could be anywhere. It could be anywhere.
Okay. Well, while Batman's hiding because he's a coward in his lead box full of kryptonite, all Superman has to do is go grab a bunch of rocks and drop it on there. So now Batman can't get out because he's not.
I don't think that's how he would do it, but
he could.
And he could, but I don't think that's how he would do it. And the one thing with Batman, he has money
hang on.
And he knows the weakness.
Superman has all that too. Hang on. Check this out. Superman could take some steel cables, hook onto that lead box, fly it into outer space, and just let it go. Because Batman can't breathe in outer space.
I think Batman's a little bit smarter.
Batman breathe in outer space?
No.
If he's floating in outer space forever.
I'm sure he has a gadget in his utility belt.
Yeah, but his gadget's going to eventually run out of oxygen.
And he'd call his plane up, go get him.
I got you beat. No, is there airplane ain't flying in outer space? Come on.
Yeah, I'm sure he has one.
I never saw the Batman episode with him in the space shuttle.
Actually, the javelin, one of the javelins from Justice League or whatever, but it goes out in space.
You see my problem? My problem is for every gadget you come up with, there is a way around this thing.
Everybody has a weakness. Everybody has a weakness.
Batman has lots of weaknesses. He's a human being.
It doesn't.
I could give you his toys and you'd be just, well, maybe not just as good because he is in good shape, but
You're right. But I'd be dangerous nonetheless.
You're dangerous already.
I know.
But I'm just saying, in the battle of superheroes, Batman's got to be one of the weakest of all. So he's got to use, everything else.
Yep. Yeah, I guess maybe. But
I think Superman would have a much harder time with somebody like Hulk or Spider-Man. And I think, frankly, Spider-Man and Hulk would be Batman too. Somebody's saying I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, thank you.
I open this up to all of you. We can.
Oh, and then Michael Connor going like this, and Green Lantern Rain would beat them both. No, Mike.
I don't know.
I don't think so. No.
I don't know. I mean, I'm talking about a fist fight here. I'm not talking about a battle of chess. I'm talking about an actual fight to the death. Like, you know what I mean? The problem with Superman is they made him so invincible that what are you going to do? You're going to shoot him with a nuclear missile. It's not going to hurt him. You know what I mean? Like all the different things that you would do on offense, he can defend. The super speed, the laser eyes, the breath, the strength, the fact that he can fly, outside of the Earth's atmosphere. Like that episode where he's taking Hulk just up into outer space and knocking him out. He could do that with anybody. And he does. The one thing he did with Hulk in that particular comic or movie or whatever, that didn't make sense, which I don't understand why he didn't.
What are you talking about?
You never saw that?
Are you talking about Superman?
Yeah, Superman fighting Hulk. You never saw that? How did I see that? And
I think it happened in the Amalgam universe, but are you sure you're not talking about when he did that to Doomsday?
No, I'm talking about him fighting Hulk. He grabs Hulk and he flies up into, because the fist fight is basically a draw because they're both really strong, right?
It has to be the Amalgam universe. Has to be.
I don't know.
I'm going to look it up now.
I have no idea. I know I saw it. That's all I know.
That was probably almost 30 years ago. Maybe about 25.
Let me just say this to you guys. You're thinking with your heart, not your brains.
Okay. All right. Sure.
You want Batman to be better, but I'm just telling you that Batman would lose, and it wouldn't even be close, and it wouldn't even take that long. You put somebody with a fighter's mentality, it's winner take all. In other words, the loser's going to die. And Superman has nothing to worry about with Batman. Frankly, I put him up against anybody.
Yeah, you're right. They did fight.
Now, all that being said, I'm thinking with my heart too. Whatever. You sit in a bat cave, not a Superman cave.
Right.
You're biased.
Whatever. I could just see this now. If you're looking at all these
hey,
different
do me a favor.
Yeah.
Introduce the world to the bat cave. Like, what's going on behind you? You got all this stuff behind you. So those are boxes of toys.
Okay. All right. Now, I don't know how much you could zoom in.
I can't zoom in at all. I can see that big old belly, though.
And thank God I'm wearing pants.
Right.
Back here is all figures, like Marvel figures. There's all brand new, still in the box, mint. but figures all around.
I love you, Hawk. Hawk and I are having some fun here, bro.
What is he saying?
He said I'm still wrong.
Oh, good. Thank you, Hawk. I got
you and Hawk versus.
I got the Harley Quinn bat.
Check that out. Now Harley Quinn.
She's like when I'm in here talking to people, I'll be.
Wait, so Harley Quinn has got the red hair, the white.
Yeah, she's the Joker's girlfriend or whatever.
Yeah, okay. I don't know much about her, but I've seen her on TV.
Oh, well, I think I showed this one time. Hold on a minute.
And you got an exercise bike over there. Do you ever ride that thing?
It's called an elliptical, and yes. And then I got Deadpool's head.
That's Deadpool. I know that one.
¿Dónde está la biblioteca?
He speaks in Spanish?
Sorry, wrong language mode. Hi, it's me, Deadpool.
I love this thing.
He said where's the bookstore? Love it.
I do. I had that. I was gonna scare my wife with it, but she knew it came. I got a bunch of comic book stuff in there too. I got
Ooh, you got Wolverine spikes. I see him.
Yeah, Wolverine's claws.
Now in the old days, I would have thought that was Edward Scissorhands, but his were scissors.
Yeah, they were scissors on there.
Same size blades, though, right?
Yep.
So, is that plastic? What is it?
Wood actually.
Wood. So you got to be careful for splinters.
Yeah, but I love these. I've had them for a long time, and it
do you have a Wolverine outfit?
Yep. Yeah, I do. I have a Wolverine costume. I remember years ago.
Are you tall enough to wear a Wolverine costume?
You know, Wolverine is actually small.
All right. Well,
in the comic books, yeah,
then you are.
Yeah, then I am.
Me too. Wolverine is my favorite. Now, look, we all can agree on Wolverine, right?
Yep, Wolverine is awesome, and that's how I like Darkclaw.
Have you seen the Cobra Kai?
I have. I watched both seasons already, and I can't wait.
I did too. I just finished it last night, so I don't watch a ton of TV, but
don't give out any spoilers. But I gotta tell you, after watching it, and tell me if you're wrong or if I'm wrong on this.
You're always wrong, but
I know. Thank you. I meant if I'm wrong on the way I'm thinking. It makes Daniel LaRusso, and I'll get to that in a minute, Damon. Thank you for reminding Ron Craig.
Where's Ron Craig at?
Yeah, where's Ron Craig? But Daniel LaRusso and Johnny on there, Johnny Lawrence, I don't think neither one are bad. I think it brings them down to they're actually human when you're watching it. Yeah. You feel bad. I feel worse for Billy Zabko, Johnny Lawrence's character, or Johnny Lawrence in there. But, it just makes them out, if all this set aside, how they were back in high school. Obviously, they were friends. Look at what happened at that dinner. And everything was fine afterwards. I think they would get along great.
They have a lot. They have more in common than they ever thought.
Right.
About it, and we learned that through this show. What I love about this show is it's true to the movie.
Yep.
But it's a whole nother storyline that is interesting. I can't wait. Like I don't get excited.
I was mad. I told my wife I was pissed after we got done, and I go, I really need to see the rest.
Well, and Allie might come back. Did you see that?
I did. Oh, that would be awesome. Hun, Elizabeth Shue might be coming back, so
come on,
that'd be pretty good. But
every boy had a crush on her, I think, as a kid, right? I mean,
but I think it was because of Adventures in Babysitting. It had nothing to do with Karate Kid.
So I never watched Adventures in Babysitting. So
I did.
Yeah, I go check that out then.
Yeah, pretty good.
But anyways, I think I don't know what they're gonna do with the show moving forward, right? So, and then I don't want to do spoilers in case anybody hasn't seen it. If you haven't seen it, if you like Karate Kid, you should. The original one now, not all 2, 3, 4, whatever.
Well, they do reference. They reference all of them in there. They reference 1, 2, 3, and was there a fourth one?
There was with it was Will Smith's kid. Remember?
Not that one, but they reference 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, no, they're true to the series, and they've got the sets are the same, and I mean they did a really good job with it. But one thing I think they could do. I don't want to spoil what happens to Cobra Kai, so we'll table that part of what happened at the end there. But Johnny Lawrence could easily join Miyagi.
I already said it.
All right, so that could happen.
And I don't think Did you see the trailer for season 3?
I didn't watch the trailer yet. No.
I saw the trailer, and there's only one little thing. I had to stop it, like so I could look at it. And there's no, whether it's not even a spoiler. It's just me saying it because I have no idea. I think Mr. Miyagi had a son. I think he actually really had a son, and he comes back and confronts Daniel. That's the only part that I've seen. And I think he finds out because of the whole crap that's going on with Miyagi-Do in the series.
I don't know. I have no idea, but I mean that would be interesting. But the reason why I think Johnny Lawrence could join Miyagi-Do is two thoughts. So first of all, obviously when he was still running the Cobra Kai, he said, he went away from the No Mercy because he's talking about the, you've got to use your head, right?
Right.
And also his son in the show talks about there's something you could learn from both of you, right? So to me, obviously, since he's not running Cobra Kai and he is, passionate about karate, and that let's remember how this thing started. He was down in the dumps. He was, basically a vagrant. I mean, he had a job, but, he was a drunk and all that stuff. The karate pulled him out of that. So if he leaves that, his character kind of is in peril.
Yeah.
Potential peril. So he's got to have a purpose. We all need a purpose. Anyways, I like that show.
I did. I loved it.
I talk about Cobra Kai, but hey,
I love Miguel. I think Miguel is great in there.
Well, we can't talk about
that.
I
know, but that shocked me too. But I gotta say something. All right, so first off, hashtag spoiler alert. Let's just put it out. If you don't want to know about
if you don't know about Cobra Kai, go away.
Then you're gonna have to stop. I can do spoilers all the time and still go back and watch something, so it doesn't matter to me. But going back to that, what kind of school just lets this all for all free for all go out there? And then especially the guy.
Let me tell you, in the real world, in the ghetto, because I grew up in the ghetto, I'm just going to be straight up. Like I had to walk through metal detectors every day to go to high school in Vegas. Okay, so when you have 3 floors like that, they'll have cages up, so you can't do what happened. Forget about what you're saying, which we can come back to that in a second, because that wouldn't happen either.
Right.
But if there was a fight on the 3rd floor, nobody's falling off the balcony to the 1st floor because there's a chain link fence that seals that up. That's just real world. You're talking to a guy who I got in fights almost every day in school. I fought on the 3rd floor. I fought on the 1st floor. I fought in the classroom. I fought at lunchtime, before school, after school. And I never had a fight last 5 minutes or however long that went, because somebody calls right away and security is almost always there within 60 seconds to a minute and a half. Now, sometimes if you fight really far on the outskirts of a school, like at the edge of the football practice field or something like that in a parking lot, especially if it's an auxiliary parking lot, then maybe it lasts 5 minutes. But first of all, most people don't last that long in a fight. They're not in shape enough to fight for 5 minutes. And third of all, you're talking about karate guys. That was the grand champion of the All City.
I know what it was, but all I could think it was, if that crap happened it wouldn't have gone on that long.
Well, you saw what happened with the little dudes. The security guard picked up the one and grabbed the other. Yeah. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that would have really happened. I mean, it would have been fast.
Right.
So, yeah.
And then that one Cobra Kai one that wanted to become a security guard or whatever.
Stingray.
Stingray. God, that was so funny.
Did you see what's on the comment that's up?
Yeah, I did, but
another reason why I'm proud to work for Exit Your Way.
It's all right. I mean, I forgive Damon on that one. It's okay.
This is the absolute truth. Most fights are over so fast because either both people don't know what they're doing, which is typically the case, or B, one of the people gets hit and realizes, oh, that was a bad idea. Like, they've never been hit before. So when they get hit, it ends. But when you get 2 people, even who are experienced and know how to fight, most people are not in fight condition. Like it takes a lot more effort. Here's what I challenge you to do. Get out anywhere where you have some open space and throw fast and furious punches for 120 seconds. And you tell me at the end of that how much longer you think you could go. If you
Hold
can,
on, I got my punching bag right here.
Yeah,
you want me to go for 120?
That's what I'm saying. Maybe we'll do that next week. I'll record myself on my heavy bag. Now you have to understand, I'm really good at this stuff, and I'm in decent shape. A lot of people don't know that. I actually am in decent shape. Right?
Oh, I'm not.
I'll go at my heavy bag fast and furious like I would if I was in a fight for 1 minute and 20 seconds. And I guarantee you, if I'm not done killing somebody by that point, I'm gonna just throw my hands up and surrender because I'm tired. And this is something
plus the adrenaline rush and everything. It's not as easy as you.
Adrenaline will carry you to a certain extent, but you're exhausted. You will be physically exhausted. And by the way, you don't know. I mean, look, unless you're like Mike or somebody who's been trained, and I've been trained in martial arts, right? So unless you've been trained in these things, it's really tough to do what you think you're going to do. Because by the time you see that punch coming that I can see you're telegraphing, most people don't know how to get out of the way, or they get encapsulated in fear. And a lot of people run, by the way. These fights don't really happen because, again, somebody gets punched and then they just take off. And then it's a freaking chase. It's like, you know what I mean?
Right.
And people don't fly around. When you kick somebody, they don't spin around 3 times and somersaults and all that.
Right.
Stuff too. You know, most of the time when people kick, a lot of times what happens is somebody ends up curling up over their leg. They'll either grab the leg or it'll bend them over, but they don't fly backwards and all that stuff. I mean,
but it wasn't a good show. It was an awesome show.
It was a good show. That was actually, that long fight was probably one of the most unrealistic parts of the whole show.
Right. That's what I said. I looked at my wife
of the show for the number of people that were fighting in it, because most people's responses are to circle around and watch.
And what kind of school? Okay. And then the other part, when the girl walked in and she grabbed the mic.
That doesn't happen either.
Right. You know, whatever, I'm going to go get you. Come on.
I'm coming to get you, fill in the blank bad word.
Right.
And nobody stops her on the way.
Right. What kind of, so you think the principal went, well, it's another day and, all that, whatever.
Right. Security didn't just get put on alert that there's about to be a brawl.
Right. I thought it was the funniest thing because, like, that one teacher or whoever was doing the announcement, well, what are you doing in here? And she takes it. I just want to say, so the girl took the mic from you. It's almost like when, not to make a comic book reference, when Nick Fury was making fun of Iron Man. So he came in and just took your suit. That doesn't happen. So
I like this challenge. You know what I would do, Hakan, with your dog is I would pet that sucker. I think he's got a
Rottweiler.
I think he has a German Shepherd. I think. He can correct me if I'm wrong. But anyways, yeah, I love dogs. Full disclosure. I love to play fight with dogs too, as long as they know I'm playing. Right. But anyways, I'm a dog fan. So, but exercise, yeah, I'm telling you, my arms, I'm exhausted because I didn't use my chainsaw up in the tree because I have, in full disclosure, an electric chainsaw, which has a cord, and I didn't want to get the fronds to fall into the cord and then have an accident, because I wasn't really too worried about the blade cutting me, but those fronds are, like chainsaw teeth too. And I've got, in full disclosure, I've got some marks because I didn't wear long sleeves yesterday. So my hands and my arm are cut up already. So I was doing everything like this, and I was cutting both live fronds and dead fronds. The dead fronds actually are a lot harder to cut because it gets more solid. Anyways, then I had to cut it up and get it all into my little recycle can. Like, yeah. And then again, I was doing some vanity push-ups just because, eye candy for the wife.
Oh, I mean, which is
visit us after dark. We'll tell you about that, I guess.
Yeah. Joe After Dark will.
Joe After Dark.
Yep.
Yeah.
I would love to do that. Where we could talk
like dinner time. That's like dinner.
Talk more about comics on Joe After Dark. I think that would be great. I think that would.
You won't invite me on that show, though. I won't be invited to talk about comics. I don't know anything about comics. I've already told you everything I know.
Yeah, but I would still have you in there. I would think that would be pretty. I got to have somebody working the camera.
And I'll tease you.
I know, and I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I would still have to have somebody working that. But
All right,
I did talk to some of my neighbors around that are comic book geeks as well.
let's
like
do
that.
this.
Yep.
Let's change it up just a little bit.
All right.
Join the conversation, y'all. If you have something you want to talk about, we've talked about Batman being destroyed by Superman. We've talked about Cobra Kai. We talked about some SEO stuff to help you get your company recognition and your personal recognition. So if you have a topic that you want us to cover in the next 10 minutes, we've got 10 more minutes left in the show. You know, we're pretty much, we'll be open. And then if you're one of my friends and you want to hop on with us, you know, let me know and I'll send you a link. And, you know, Joe and I'd be happy to sound off. So questions or comments or show topic discussions, go ahead and put those in the comments and I'll get those up. And then also I want to make sure that you guys know where to find us. You can find me at bowmandigitalmedia.com. That's pretty straightforward. It's just bowmandigitalmedia.com. And you can find Joe Stepke, my buddy, at joethefinanceguy.com. If you like his website, I did it. If you don't like it, it's because he's been editing it. So there you go.
Oh man.
Oh!
And now I do want to give myself a little bit of a plug. However, before I talk, all the opinions and ideas expressed on this show or anything I'm about to express has nothing to do with the company that I work for, which is SEMA Credit.
SEMA Credit. Which is
However,
yeah,
feel free to give me a call if you need or if you like to increase your retail sales with a no credit needed payment program. Go to my website, get in touch with me. That's how I can help you. But with that being said, I was going to talk about Labor Day, and we just came out with that email blast I did that I was talking to you about that you said, you know, do the video. Mm-hmm. We made up like some social media Labor Day posts that our retail merchants or retailers can use. So I think that's actual that could help people grow their business on there, especially with Labor Day coming up. Labor Day weekend is a big shopping weekend.
Let's talk about this. What industries, because you don't have all industries, right? So we're talking about retail mostly.
Right.
Okay. So what type of, you know, companies are we talking? We're talking about like
talking about, it's funny, I got my website up on here so I can look at it. But
hey, there's a softball for you, baby.
I know. Thank you very much, and I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Furniture and mattress.
Yep.
Wheels and tires.
Yep.
Jewelry.
Yep.
Appliances, electronics. Yep. We're even doing cell phones now.
Oh, cell phone, baby. Copy.
Handheld electronics.
$1,200.
How much?
$1,200.
And see, right. If you needed a no credit needed payment program,
thankfully I have good credit. But
thankfully you do. But there are people out there that don't.
Yeah, you're a wireless dealer out there somewhere. You've got your whether it's, I don't know. I mean, it could be even in the mall, right? You've got one of those.
Yeah, it could be in the mall. I just signed up. I think I had 4 signups just in handheld electronics alone. If you're an e-com, here's something good. If anybody, and maybe this could be the next show, but if you want to open up a business and you're thinking, well, how do I do that? One, you find out what you want to sell. Do you have the ability to order it from a warehouse? And does that warehouse have the ability to drop ship to anybody?
Let me help you guys out. Mm-hmm. Tomorrow, 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Central, roundtable topic at Exit Your Way. We're going to be talking about how to start a business, how to build a business, how to buy a business. Come to the show tomorrow. It's a networking event. If you want the link, I'm sure Damon will put it down in the comments. But if he doesn't, then DM me and I'll get it for you. But y'all come to that. It's free.
Right.
I'll educate you on this, and then you can network too and build your network. So
and on there, and some of the, well, I know Kurt Anderson is great at the e-com. Damon talks about e-com. And Damon is actually the one for Exit Your Way. So that'd be good. But to do the business, and I've talked about this before, if you know somebody that could direct ship to customers, then get a website together get the shopping cart where anybody could buy on the website. And since you got somebody that will drop ship to that customer, there you go. Now start your own business with that. And if you need a payment option, call Joe, the finance guy. I'll help you.
Stebke.
Yep. You know a guy.
I know a guy.
Yep.
Okay, well, I just put this in the comments now. This is for any of you guys that are looking to potentially buy a business or start a business. We'll talk about that too. And that actually, I think, is going to be another whole nother show topic. But come tomorrow. There's the registration. Again, it's free. It's 8 a.m. Pacific. It's 11 a.m. Eastern.
And you can get there a half hour early.
Yeah, you can come up to a half hour early, and you can actually network with people at what they call the tables beforehand. You sit at a table basically with up to 5 other folks, and you're like Joe and I are right now. We're just sitting around video chit-chatting and stuff, and you can share, links and that kind of stuff in the comments. And then at 8 o'clock or 11 o'clock, whatever time zone you're in, the presentation will go on for about an hour, and then we do more networking afterwards.
Yep.
And again, it's free. It happens every week. We have a different show topic every week. In this particular case, the show is about how to buy a business. So, and that's one of the things that we do at Exit Your Way. We help people buy and sell businesses. So,
yep.
ExitYourWay.us.
Thank you, Hawk. I appreciate that. He said he loves the site.
Hawk loved it until you messed it up. Didn't you read that? Read this comment. Read this comment. Don't you hate that, Ira? You set up a beautiful site, and then someone decides, I gotta fix it.
What's wrong with the site? I didn't mess anything up. It looks great.
You cluttered it up a little bit.
I did not clutter it up. If anything, I probably need more on page 1.
No, you need less. Dude, stop it. Look, I'm going to give you all a tip. In fact,
really, I need less on page 1?
Yeah. Home pages, the number one thing that's going to get people to bounce, to click on your site and then click off your site. The number one reason is going to be site speed. So too slow, right? To load. The more stuff you put on there, the longer it takes to load. So there's that. Now your site speed's pretty good. So it's not an issue right now. But the number 2 thing that'll get people to leave is they're going to feel like they're overwhelmed. So you have to have what we call in psychology, business psychology, calming effect. Blank space, less words. And most people aren't reading all those words anyways. In fact, the more words you have, the less likely they're going to read them. So you actually have a higher chance of getting people to stay and actually consume your content if there's less of it to consume. So make it really, really easy. Make it really simple. Use as little verbiage as possible, right? So
I got to send you something.
Everybody wants on the homepage to explain everything and set the hook. I get it, but it's the exact opposite in reality.
I'm definitely going to send you something afterwards. I forgot to send it to you. I want you to read it. Somebody sent me something about my website, and I wanted to go over it with you, see your thoughts.
Yeah. So. Was it good?
Oh, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't good. It was just, hey, this is what we could do to help you. I was going to give it to you anyways because I told them I got a guy. There's
lots of people who want to tell me how to improve things, but then I look at their website and they've got like 3 people who visit their page.
Well,
you know what I mean? So it's like,
okay. I will tell you, I did look at followers. Something you told me.
What about their website? Did you check their
I didn't check their website. I actually
so that's one of the things that I started doing. Like these guys, I run Bowman Digital Media. I get hit on every single day by people who want to work for me or improve my site because they don't know what I do. And I go to their website rankings and I look and they've got like no traffic. It's like, how are you going to give me traffic if you can't even get it for yourself?
Right.
So, yeah, there's lots of people out there who tell you they're experts at whatever, and they could say, look, talk is cheap. I show people results, real results, tangible results that you can actually track independently. What is your domain authority? What is your daily traffic?
Look mine up. Remember, I guarantee you mine was already going up.
It's going up. There's no doubt about it.
Well, remember we talked about it too. That I think we did. Yeah, we talked about it after you did all that stuff to it. We knew what it was at prior.
Yeah.
And we were going to go back and look at it, especially now with all the backlinks. My God, it would be good. But either way, another show, another time, because we got 15 seconds left.
Yeah, we're gonna go into overtime a little bit, just a little bit.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Because I'm pulling this up. So hang on a second. I had logged out of the site that I use for some reason. Yeah, so your number of backlinks has grown tremendously. And you're up across the board. You're green across the board. In fact, yeah. I mean, I almost feel like sharing the screen. I'm not going to, but it's made a significant change already. And it's just going to keep going up and up and up. So again, look, people could say what they want, and in some ways they might be right, but it's like, make the main thing the main thing. If the main thing is I'm going to get you traffic, I'm going to get you organic traffic. The things that I do at Bowman Digital Media, I don't focus on pay. I'm not buying volume, right? Mine are organic, as you know.
Right.
So how much money do you spend in advertising on Joe the Finance Guy? None. And I don't either.
I mean,
and you're growing. Your traffic is up. Your domain authority is up. Your number of backlinks are up. All that stuff is up because of what we've done. Right now, somebody can say, yeah, if you pay me $1,000 a month and I'm going to go out and add you to all these lists, but that's not real growth. And are all those eyeballs even going to help you anyways? You know, that's the other thing.
I want certain people to look at it, and you can't, everything has to be through me. I'm going to have to be the one to hustle to get people to look at it, not to get people to look at, like, not the ones that I want to, that I'm going to have to. It's, you want to know about me, go to joethefinanceguy.com. You could find out a lot about me and understand where I'm coming from. Go visit my YouTube channel.
Well, I tell people all the time, the audience right now is in social media. So social media is the sphere where everybody is.
Right.
Then you want to get them to your website for a purpose. You want to get them from social media to your website for what? To book deals, ultimately. Right. So you've got to get them interested enough in social media, capture them, and direct them to your business page. But then when they're on your business website, then you need to do a good enough job of explaining what you do and how you can help them specifically. So you have to have a site that's fast, so it doesn't, they don't go away because they just don't have the patience.
Right.
And you need a site speed of 3 seconds or faster, right? Your site needs to load in 3 seconds. So that's the benchmark.
Yeah.
I can tell you my volume on Project Help You Grow has gone way back up since I've improved my own site speed, right? The site speed was awful. 6-second loads, free help. Well, anyways, I had killed my daily traffic because the site took too long to load. Now I'm back up at 3 seconds, and guess what? My volume is way back up again.
Yeah.
I had 750 people on my website yesterday.
Wow.
For a website that spends $0 in advertising and has never spent a single penny in advertising. But part of that is because I have 20,000 followers on LinkedIn for the business page. The hashtag is 36,000 whatever followers, right? I have a YouTube channel, a Facebook channel, a LinkedIn channel. All that stuff gets people from where they are to the website. And then what's the website do? It fills the rest of the job, which is the whole point of Project Help You Grow's job, is to get people who don't have a job to connect with recruiters, employers that do, so they can land a job. That's the whole point, right? But Bowman Digital Media, for example, right? I have 1,500 followers, almost 1,600 now, on Bowman Digital Media's company page. Those people go to the website, and then what did you do? What did I do for you? I put that contact form right there, front and center on the homepage, because that's the main thing. It's not just for them to visit the site. I want them to contact me so we can talk about what they need help with.
Right.
And when they go to Joe the Finance Guy, same thing. I want them to contact you and figure out how you can help them specifically, because it doesn't matter how you help everybody else to a certain extent. What they're really interested in is how you can help them.
Right. Give me a problem. I will show you that I can, a problem that's in my wheelhouse.
Right.
And I will show you a solution to it.
Which is why we want to put so much on the homepage. Like I'm telling people, your super technical stuff should actually not even be in the header menu. It should be down in the footer, right? So like if you have really complicated information to digest and consume, you don't want to scare people away with that. Put that down. You can always send people those links, right? But your header menu should be, like 5 or 6 things at the most, and it should all be easy to digest. Like think of it like this way. If a 5-year-old was to come to your site, would they be able to like follow it? And if the answer is yes, then cool. And if not, you might want to consider making some changes. The whole keep it simple, stupid philosophy in play, right? It works for a reason. And again, understanding that people aren't really reading everything you write anyways.
Right.
So it's just noise at that point. It's just white noise.
Yeah.
And you don't want to have that. You want to have calming effect. You do that with photos. You do that with simple videos. You do that with some motion graphics to illustrate a point, which is what the GIFs are for. You know, all of this, there's strategy and marketing concepts at play that I don't usually explain to everybody. But trust me, they're all there for a reason. And when someone tells me they could make a better site than me, I go, better at what? Better for what?
Right.
What you going to have more fancy gadgets? Probably.
Right. Yeah.
Probably. You're going to spend more too, though.
Right.
Right. I mean, I'm almost embarrassed to tell people what I charged you for your site. You know what I mean? But
well, I'm not embarrassed.
My rates are listed on my rates are listed on my website. I don't have secret charges. Like, you could see what I charge. A lot of people tell you they can help you do something better, but they're going to charge you 4 or 5 times what I charge you. And it's not going to be effective because they've never spent a day of their life in actual sale.
And plus it's not the personal aspect. You actually, and I know this from knowing you, and not just because you did my website, but you get to know the person. You ask them questions. What do you want on your website? You know, what would be good for you? You get to know about that person versus some others. It's a cold transaction. And I like the personal touch, to be honest.
The hardest part for me with California grown hemp is I don't consume marijuana in any form, right? Not CBD oil, none of it. So.
Oh, good. I've been wanting to talk to you about this one because you just took that.
Yeah, but when they came to me and said, "Hey, we want you to build our website and we want you to run our social media," it's like, okay, well, I'm going to need to learn some of this stuff because I don't know it. So, like, we had a lot of conversations, and you know, one of the things that I struggled with, because I was like, well, does this go against my own personal values? I had to figure that out too. But you know, once I came to the realization, they're not advocating that people just go get high. I mean,
right.
Certainly there are some recreational places where they sell it, and that's part of it. But the fact is, this has got medical purposes and it's legal for medical use in all 50 states. So it's not like, you know, I'm selling something illegal, and they're not selling to people on the corner either. They're selling to, you know, the official businesses, you know, that are distributing or retail outlets and stuff. So that website has really been a lot of fun for me because, and it's almost done. I'm actually waiting for their product and their COAs, which is like the technical stuff for the flower. Once that's done, the site's done. It's beautiful. It's going to be it's my favorite site that I've built for a variety of reasons, because I've learned a lot. Right. There's some technical stuff in there that kind of pushed my development skills. And anyways, it's been a lot of fun, and they're cool people. They're very down to earth people. They're a lot more professional than I thought they were going to be when I first started. I'm like, great, I'm going to be dealing with a couple of stoners. But anyways, they're business folks. The company is a former lettuce farm company. So they've been in the farming business for a long, long time. They switched over to.
Well, they're probably still in the lettuce business.
It's a different type
of lettuce.
My dad calls it hippie lettuce, so I still refer to it that sometimes.
Yeah. My brothers, I saw you put it, that you tagged them on a post, and I go, man, I have to talk to Ira about this. And when my brothers, there's a lot of differences between me and my brothers, but when my brother comes down, I was going to show him that too. Hey, look at one of my friends has these guys, so I wanted to show him that anyways. But that's good. I'm glad you got something like that, and you got out of your.
Yeah, I got that lead from Mike.
Yeah, I was reading it in here.
Yeah, Mike
that he sent.
They reached out to him, and he's like, "Yeah, it's not really what I do." They sent them to me, and the people love it, and they're having me. Like I said, I not only created their website for them, which is 99.9% done,
right?
But I've been running their social media page, and I made a video for them already, and I've made some custom graphics for them. I mean, they love it, and that for me, it's fun. But again, all the stuff that I do for them is for the purpose of helping them establish their brand, reach their audience, and increase sales.
Yep.
right? And that's the thing where some of these web designers are like, yeah, they probably can run circles around me with their technical skill.
Yep.
The fact is they have like no website traffic of their own. So how effective is it really? They have no social media following, so they're not going to be able to help promote your business when they're done. And B, it doesn't matter how awesome your website is if nobody ever actually sees it.
Right.
So that's for me when I'm making my pitch to my clients. That's the pitch. It's not that I'm the most technically advanced web designer. I'm very well rounded when it comes to the whole thing. But
Right.
you know, there are some things I don't know how to do, and I'm okay with that. But guess what? Every time I get up on something that I don't know how to do, I go learn something new.
Right.
It's not that I can't. I just like I don't know how long it's gonna take me to figure out how to do it, but I will figure it out.
Right.
But you know, like with your site, I actually am still struggling with that stupid blog strip.
The video?
No, remember your blog page. I figured out how to do part of it, but not everything I wanted to do.
Yeah, but we changed. You mean the article page?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we changed the one. Because remember, it said. Oh, now I remember. Yeah. Yeah, because it looks so plain in there.
Yeah. Well, there's an issue somewhere, and I'd have to delete the page and start over, I think, to fix it. And I'm kind of stubborn. I don't want to do that. So I'm trying to figure out how to fix it without starting over.
In the page.
Anyways. But it happens. But again, your site is way better than it was. It's ranking now, which it didn't, because your scores were all 0. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You had no real traffic to speak of at all, and now you do. So, and you have keywords that are ranking.
I'm very happy.
I'm happy
Plus,
too.
I love myself, so I like going there just to see my beautiful picture.
I really liked making that, and I did edit that background out for you too. That's the other thing. Like I do a lot of those graphics. I don't charge for that. Right. These guys would nickel and dime you guys with those Tic Tac fees.
Yeah.
And then you get an invoice that doesn't match, what the quote was, and it's like, well, what's all this? And they go, oh, well, you needed this and you needed that, and it's like, well, thanks for asking. How good are you at making a quote? Again, my invoices match my quote. If I need to do something that I didn't anticipate, that's my bad.
Exactly. That's how it should be. And don't go back to somebody and go, I'm just gonna have to charge you something else.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, you're in the money pit.
Right.
And that's how they get you.
Right.
You're right.
And I'm in it for the long haul too. Like I said, I'm still putting up, tagging Joe the finance guy in my posts pretty much every day.
And I thank you very much. Even though that I work and I don't see it all the time.
Yeah, I know.
I do appreciate you.
One of us actually worked.
Our because we're 4 hours apart.
3 hours.
3 hours apart, whatever.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I know. Sorry. 3 hours apart. It's just funny that I'm doing stuff first thing in the morning and then I'm already done by the time you're up. Which
you're out the door before I get out of bed. There's no right.
So I love that at times, and I'm like going, I miss it, and then I don't get to see.
What the hell is Green Lantern?
I don't. Mike, stop. Lie down before you hurt yourself.
I don't even know who that is.
You're. All
right, wait a second.
You're joking. You're joking.
I'm not joking. Let's start with this. Okay, is he DC or Marvel? Because at least I know that those are two different.
He's DC.
All right. And what is DC?
Ryan Reynolds actually played Green Lantern.
What does DC stand for?
I don't know.
All right. Well, that makes 2 of us. I'm just trying to learn.
DC Comics.
Can you at least acknowledge to people that I do, as you explain things to me, I do at least, I get it, and I'm filling in my knowledge bank one day at a time.
Detective Comics. Actually, I didn't know that. Detective Comics.
Hey, aren't you glad you joined the show today?
Yeah, I sure am. I am.
Me too. All right, man. Let's wrap this thing up.
All right, I'm good.
Fun. That was Wednesday's Cup of Joe. I don't know if anybody got anything out of that, but hey,
actually we got a lot. We talked about SEO.
Detective Comics.
Detective Comics. That's what DC stands for.
Talk
Talk about Cobra Kai. Yep.
Cobra
Which
Kai.
I am so glad that you watched it, because now you and I have something else to talk about. And Batman is better than Superman, so that's awesome.
No, but Wolverine is better than Batman, so we'll just believe it.
Yeah, Wolverine he was the first. Well, I always liked Batman, but he's one of the first. But
Wolverine, I actually like those movies. You know what I mean? Like Hugh Jackman, who's a talented dude, by the way.
he is.
He's a singer.
Incredible.
Yeah, singer, performer. I mean, and his body. I would kill to have his body.
Do you know when he was making Wolverine? I think it was called The Wolverine. He got really sick from that because they were basically sort of starving him to get that body cut.
Yeah.
And,
It's about 3% body fat to look like that.
But he did say, so when he did Logan, the old man Logan one, the last one.
Did he have to eat?
He no, I mean, he still had to work out and stuff, but I don't blame him. He just didn't want to go through that. I think what I read, like from I think it was Comic Nerd or whatever, that he didn't want to go through that same regimen that he did for the Wolverine.
I don't blame him.
And it was old man. Anyways, that had to be fun. Him and Patrick Stewart doing that together. That had to be good.
I don't know if you know this, but I had that type of body in high school because I was a wrestler. And so I know exactly what it takes to get that shape. And yeah, as disciplined as I am mentally, I like to eat, bro.
I do too.
So
I used to be skinny.
I'm still skinny.
And then I met an Italian New Yorker.
Yeah.
I like to cook.
All right, bro. I'm turning this music on. We will be back next Wednesday. Next Wednesday at this time will be Alon and I on the ABC show, which is Alon's Blog Club by Ira Bowman. So we're going to be talking about his blog. Check out his blog. It actually drops tomorrow. It's AlonZybert.com. Let me put that up real quick before we get out of here, just in case you guys want to prepare yourselves for next Wednesday's show. He writes a blog. It usually takes like 3 or 4 minutes to read it, but it's interesting. He has something that he trademarked it, actually, emotional relevance. We'll be talking about that again. That's next Wednesday, and then the following Wednesday, be back for round 2. We might actually have some show graphics at that point. Wednesday's Cup of Joe, Ira Bowman.
Woohoo!
He's Joe Stepke. He's crazy because he thinks Batman better than Superman. I'm Ira Bowman. Obviously, I'm smart because I know that Superman could kick Batman's tushy. And we'll talk about Cobra Kai and who knows what else next time.
All right.
See y'all later.
See you later.
Dance with us now. Here comes the fedora. Booyah! Couple of dorky white dudes dancing to some music.
I feel like Mr. Rogers being, played out.
Boom!